What's up, guys? MisterWaterMelon here, and today I'm bringing you guys a pretty special video, at least for me it is, because this is a review of my first ever LEGO Star Wars set, and this is the Clone Scout Walker. This set was number 7250, contained 108 pieces, retailed for $10 when it came out, and it came out back in 2005 during the special release of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith sets. This was when I first got into LEGO Star Wars, obviously, and Star Wars in general, because in second grade when the movie came out, and everybody in the class was freaking out about it, and they were all excited, so I jumped on the bandwagon and was like, hey, what's this Star Wars thing? And I looked further into it, and then the rest is history. I'm now a huge Star Wars fan, obviously, and this was the first ever LEGO Star Wars set I had gotten. I had gotten plenty of LEGO sets before, but this was the first Star Wars one. And as I've mentioned before, this set had been broken. It had been in pieces for years. I don't know what happened to it, really. It just sort of probably got put in a box, and then later on, all the pieces scattered. So yesterday, what I decided to do is, after I had my neat little sorting project, which was a few months ago, as some of you on Instagram will know, that I knew where all the pieces were, so I assembled all of them, and I got the instructions, I have the instruction manual, and I put it all back together. Now obviously most of these pieces are not the ones that came with the set. I mean, things like the feet and this printed brick up here are, and the minifigure, of course. So, let's get straight into this review. We're going to start with the minifigure. It came with one minifigure, and this was obviously my first LEGO Star Wars one, and it was this, I don't know what they actually called him. Is it a BARC trooper, a clone trooper? I don't know, but we're going to call him a BARC trooper for now. He's the older style of the Commander Neo figure. And if you give me 1 second, I will grab the newer figure. And here we have the updated Commander Neo figure compared to this one. Obviously much more detail on the newer figure, but still the same great little concept of a figure. So I'm going to put this one aside again. Just wanted to show him real fast. He came with this blaster, which was standard back then. These pieces were the standard blaster, and then they had various color studs at the end of it. This one happened to have a light blue stud. And underneath we just have a regular black head because the visor was see-through. And that is the figure. Very, very simple. Obviously, the helmet, at least, and the torso, maybe even the head, are still the original figure. The legs might not be, and the blaster probably not. But I'm not going to get too much into that. Now I'm going to take a look at the actual set. Very small little build. Obviously, you can see here's my hand, and here's the build. Next to a minifigure, there you go with that. Still a little bit scaled up for an ATRT, which is what this set really is. They call it the Clone Scout Walker, but the official Star Wars name is ATRT. Either way, they had these legs that were sort of posable. The feet were very movable. But the legs, if you want to get a good stand out of it, this is the only way it can really be stood up. But you could stand it up like this if you wanted to. Could you go one more back? Yeah, you can. Let's just, for the heck of it, see if we know. Okay, we can't go that far back. And then these parts move back like so. You can't really stand it up too well or make it walk all that well. But that's the leg function. Up here we have this the front piece, which can rotate a little bit so it can mow down battle droids, sort of like that. And this piece does flip as far as that way, really, but it's meant to stay down like that, or up a little bit more. And this bottom blaster cannon can just move a little like that if you want to, but it's really supposed to stay lined up just like that. And the back up here is where the minifigure sits. And there's a little lever right here. And we're going to go ahead and seat the minifigure up there. What they tell you to do is put the blaster right in there. Just stick it in there. As you can see, there's holes. And I'm not actually going to hook on his hands to the little what are these called? Handlebars. I'm not going to actually put his hands on it because the hands on this minifigure like to come off. So I'm just going to put him like that. And there he is, driving the walker, just like so. And that was just about all there was to the set. Now, this was obviously an army builder back then, this was only $10. So you could possibly consider this to be even like a mini battle pack, because these walkers you could if I was a big collector back then, I probably would have gotten 2 or 3 of these, because the figure is really cool, and I wish I had more of him, but at the same time I'm only glad I have one. I'm glad I only have one so I can know which one is my first figure ever. So that's why it was a pretty popular set, and it doesn't, I'm pretty sure that it doesn't retail for all that much on eBay or Bricklink these days. So you can still get it for a decent price if you wanted to. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the box art, which is represented with the instruction manual. I didn't save boxes back then. I still don't save boxes. I only have 1 or 2 that I really like to keep. So that's the back right there. Lego Star Wars, the video game. I'm pretty sure this was just the prequel one. And flipping around back to the front, where we have the box art. First ever Lego Star Wars instruction manual. A lot of firsts here. And instructions go all the way through. And then as we can see right here, we have this whole wave of Episode 3 2005 sets. I have a lot of these. Well, not necessarily. I have about half of them probably. None of them are built though. Yeah, I have the Jedi Starfighter, the Transformation, the old ARC 170, old Droid Tri-Fighter, and the General Grievous Clash, and obviously the Clone Skywalker. None of them are built though, except the Starfighter's built, but I scaled it a different color, and the Vulture Droid is built as well. But either way, that is what's back there. A few other various things. And I like how back then they used to include like different things you could build with the pieces in the set. So there are a few other vehicles that if you were curious about, you can build out of the pieces from this walker. And it just shows a few different play functions. And yeah, that's the rest of the set. So let's see if that will stay back there. It will. So there we have it. I have finally. It took me a very long time to find all these pieces, even though it was very organized. There were a few pieces that I had in different builds, of different custom builds that I had to like take apart to actually get the pieces needed. So that was a little bit frustrating, but in the end it took me a few hours to find all the pieces I needed, and then obviously not too long to build it because it's a very small set. So now I'm very glad I have this set whole. It will go on display for sure as my first ever Lego Star Wars set. And that is going to just about do it for this little review, special video kind of, guys. It's a little special review. So please do give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy. Be sure to leave a comment down below. Do you have the set? Do you remember it? I don't know. I know some of you were probably born after the set was released or just before, so tell me in the comments below. Do you remember the set, and do you have it? And be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't for further mocks, animations, big animation coming soon, hauls, reviews, analyses, all things Lego Star Wars are right there on Watermelon Studios. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys very much for watching once again. This has been Mr. Watermelon. Peace out, guys.